The OTR Political Roundtable has assembled, and Democrat Marianne Marsh is with us this morning. Republican Patrick Griffin is with us this morning. The beauty of this is I could just roll the red meat in the middle of the table and just say go. So the first, what are you looking at me like that for? The first piece of red meat is the MBTA. It needs 30 days to get service back to normal after the storms. Marianne, is that acceptable?
Nothing about this is acceptable, and what is especially unacceptable is it took more than 3 weeks for Governor Baker to meet with Bev Scott and Keolis. That is unacceptable.
Patrick.
Blaming Charlie Baker for the T fiasco is one of the more ridiculous things you've ever said. This is an agency that in 2014 had a $1.4 billion budget. It's had a payroll increase of 17%. It's got 1,900 and some odd employees making more than $100,000 a year. Look, this T has been mismanaged for administration after administration, and to blame Charlie Baker with less than a month on the job or 2 months on the job, Deval Patrick, what was he doing, Marianne?
Everybody's to blame.
To that point, and I want to hear from both of you on this, to that very point, the House Speaker, Robert DeLeo, says the T has not been shortchanged by Beacon Hill. Governor Baker did meet with Keolis, and it took forever, you're right about that, which is the French company, by the way, in charge of the commuter rail operations. And he said to them, no excuses. Who will wear the long-term political fallout, Pat?
Look, Hill is going to pay because there are
They've already paid fines.
There are certain provisions in their contract for non-performance, so they will, I'm sure, continue to be assessed. Look, at the end of the day, the governor's the governor, and he's in charge. Speaker DeLeo is right, though. That $1.4 billion didn't just, they're not printing that over at the MBTA. Bev Scott and the cronies have been spending that money and spending it badly. If the T is growing at 13% annually and state spending is between 6 and 7% annually, something's wrong at the T.
Marianne, who wears the political whatever stone?
Everybody with a title. Every elected official, starting with Governor Baker. Charlie Baker is the governor of Massachusetts. This may not be a direct or dotted line to him, but he is the most powerful person in Massachusetts state government. The legislature will own it. I don't care how much money they gave them. If it's not working, it's not working. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And by the way, they are up for a re-election before anybody else.
Yes or no? Should customers get a refund, you know, if they bought those Charlie cards?
Yes, they should. What, $300 and some odd dollars for a commuter rail?
Just a little
of course they should.
All right, let's talk about Congressman Lynch. She was here this morning, and yes, there is federal money available, but there are steps that are going to have to be followed before. I mean, can the Massachusetts public expect a bailout from the feds, Marianne?
Yes, he made great points, but there's a lot of money on the table that states like Florida and Texas have turned down for rail programs. Happy to have it. Bring it this way.
I think he's right. The one thing he did talk about, though, is the state's not, you know, the state doesn't qualify from $1. The other thing is what's a natural disaster and what's man-made.
Let's talk about Mayor Marty Walsh. You both live in Boston. How many times have you seen national newscasts in the last 3 weeks? Good evening, snow up to here in Boston. How is the city's image?
Yeah, I get the sense that they're doing this in the same snowbank in South Boston. Everybody's just got the lights set up. The city's image is, look, it snows in the wintertime. We've taken Buffalo's title as the place where most of the snow is. So, yeah, at the end of the day, people look and say it's the Northeast, it's snowing.
That's exactly right, because there's more snow here than in Buffalo at the beginning of the year.
I think Marty Walsh has done the best job communicating throughout all this in terms of on Twitter and everything else, but if the streets, the sidewalks and everything aren't plowed, it doesn't matter. The one who's going to take the real hit here is the bid for the Olympics. Boston looks bad. There's no money to fix this transportation now. They were banking on money that we couldn't authorize, couldn't use, and now there's not money to fix this. I think this is a major blow to the Boston Olympics, and the face of the Boston Olympics now is Rich Davey, who was the Secretary of Transportation and ran the T before.
He's on OTR next week.
Wait a minute. I got quickly. This should be, if nothing else, an opportunity to address infrastructure issues, and the Olympics may be a sustainable way to do that. So I don't think it's a blow to Boston. We'll get through this like we get through everything. I think that this too shall pass.
We continue on the record. Stay with us.